Hey YouTube, I want to do a topic today that's still kind of touchy for me, my coming out story. First of all, I want to start off by saying that not everybody in my family knows my sexuality. I feel like if they're curious and they want to know, they can ask me and I'll tell them. That'd be like a completely straight person going up to somebody and be like, oh yeah, just want to let you know I'm straight. So I feel like if it's something that they have questions about or whatever, they can come to me. So with that being said, I knew at a young age that I liked girls. Probably around 9 is when I really started paying attention to it. Like, I'll be in gym class and I see a girl run past me and I'll be like, she got a nice booty, or I was only 9, so it was a booty back then. I'm like, ooh, she got a nice booty. She's cute. She's got pretty eyes. Ooh, I like her hair. But as I got older, it grew into not so much a fascination or an obsession, just like an attraction. I would see a girl with a certain type of characteristic that I like. Like, I love pretty eyes, pretty eyes. And this girl, I'm not going to call her name out because she might be watching. She had the most beautiful eyes, and I would just sit there and just stare at her and just like, wow, she is so pretty. And if only I could tell you what I'm thinking right now, you probably hate me. So I decided not to tell nobody for the longest time. Well, when I was 16, I met this girl, and I knew it was more than a friendship between me and her, because I felt very strongly for her. Like, I was really protective of her. If anybody said anything out the way to her, if anybody was rude to her, I was quick to hop up and be like, oh, I'm gonna whoop your ass or whatever. I just didn't want nobody to hurt her. And I realized that the reason why my feelings were so strong towards her was because I was attracted to her not only physically but emotionally. And that's when I realized that I really was into girls like that. She used to make little hints to me like, oh, if I was a lesbian, I would want Alicia Keys to be my girlfriend, a girl that's mixed with long, pretty hair. Now, back then, my hair was down to the middle of my back. And for her to say something like that, it was kind of like she was throwing me a hint without saying it, and I would just kind of smirk, just kind of look at her and like, But, a little while after that, once I realized my feelings kept getting stronger for this girl, I decided that I was going to sit down and talk to my mom about it, because I don't want to keep things from my mom, especially something like that, because I don't want to have to be one of those closet people where I feel like everything I do in my personal life I have to hide for fear that somebody might not approve of it. So I thought about it all night, and I came to my mom and I was like, I said, Mom, I got to talk to you. And she was like, what's up? And I said, well, basically, I think I'm gay. Just like that. And I just looked at her and just waiting for her to either like smack the shit out of me or tell me I'm in denial or I'm confused. And she said, okay. And what makes you feel like this? And I said, well, I don't know. I said, all I know is that I'm really attracted to girls. And I said, there's one girl in particular. And she said, is it Jessica? And that's her name. That was the girl's name. And I said, yeah. And she said, I knew it. She said, I knew. I was just waiting for you to come to me and talk to me about it. She said, I'm not going to judge you and I'm not going to love you any differently. I'm proud of you for being able to come and tell me about it. And then she said, is that all? Because I just worked a double shift and I'm tired. And I was completely blown away. I thought she was going to hit me. I thought she was going to hit me, kick me out, tell me I was nasty. She didn't want me around my brother or my sister, or something towards that nature. I didn't think she would be so supportive. So she gave me a hug and a kiss, and she said, I love you. No matter what you want to be or who you choose to be with, that's not going to change me or change how I feel about you, is what she said. And from that point on, Jessica was my girlfriend. And I introduced her, to my mom as my girlfriend. The only people who didn't know about it was my brother and my sister. I have a younger brother and a sister. And my brother, the reason why I didn't want to tell him was because he had a crush on her, on Jessica. And I didn't want him to feel like I was stepping on his toes. And I didn't want him to be embarrassed like, oh, I can't get this chick, but my sister can't turn her out. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like we turned each other out. It was an emotional connection. It wasn't oh, I had sex with her and she turned me out. It was emotional. Like, we really cared for each other. So, to this day, my sister, my youngest sister, does not know. She still doesn't know to this day of my sexuality, and I prefer it that way because she's always looked at me like a mommy figure. I don't want her to be uncomfortable around me. If she has any suspicions and wants to talk to me about it, which I'm sure eventually will come up, I'll be more than open to talk to her about it. But as of right now, I feel that, you know, I don't want to ruin our bond. And I don't want her to be like at my house one day taking a shower. I accidentally walk in and she's like, oh my God, you know, my bisexual sister saw me and now she's going to want to, you know, she saw my boobs or something like that. I don't want her to feel that way. It's different with little sisters or even big sisters because you have the same parts. And if you tell anybody, even just friends of the same sex, that you like the same sex, they're going to be like, okay, well, I wonder has she looked at me like that, or, you know, and it's not like that. People get that misconception that if you say you're lesbian or you're bisexual, that every chick you see walking by you like, damn. No. Because just like I have a preference with a man, I have a preference with a woman. And I'm not going to look at every woman and be like, especially if I know she's straight. I'm not going to cross that line. I'm not going to make you feel like because I like women that you should feel obligated to let me look at you. It's not that kind of party. But anyways, I just wanted to share my story with y'all. Get it off my chest. If y'all have any comments or questions or topic requests, make sure you hit up my inbox.